What's up, everybody? Marcus here. Do you need a boost? Do you need a kick in the butt? Do you need some motivation in business and life and health? Well, this video I'm going to talk about what works for me and what's worked for other people. I'm going to relate it back to business. I might do a little bit of health in there too, but back to business. So, there's a book I read a couple years ago about how willpower is useless. It's meaningless. Willpower is not the key to success. The true key to success is environment. Environment's a key to success. And I want to share a personal experience with you on how I get into the right environment when it comes into business mode, what makes me excited about business, what makes me take my businesses to the next level, what just when I wake up and like, man, I can't wait to get to work because there's exciting things going on today. Things are rocking and rolling. So, environment's key. Let me just relate this back to health really quick and talk to you about health. This also invigorates my health as well. So, let's talk about environment. So, environment, if you have kids and they come down to the breakfast table and there is Pop-Tarts in front of them, that's their environment. They're going to eat the Pop-Tarts. If they come downstairs and there's a bowl of fresh fruit in front of them on the table and no Pop-Tarts, they're going to eat the fresh fruit. If your kids walk in after school and they have a choice of Oreos or fresh fruit, chances are they're probably going to go for the Oreos, right? Because that's just what's there. But if you only have fresh fruit, they only eat the fresh fruit, and that's their only part of their environment that they know. You see how this works? Us as adults, imagine sitting at your desk for 6 hours a day and having a bag of Skittles in your drawer, opening up and popping Skittles all day. Now imagine opening that drawer up and having apples there, maybe some dried fruit, dried figs, maybe some nuts. That's your environment. Environment can dictate. You can have all the willpower you want. But man, if there's Skittles in your drawer, that willpower might not work. You have to set your environment up for success. Now, let's talk about how that happens mentally, your mental environment. Mental environment is key here. So, 5 years ago, I decided, I've been a runner for 18 years. I've been a runner. I haven't been a good runner, but I've been a runner. About run a 5K in 30 minutes, some years 25 minutes, some years 20-minute 5Ks, half marathons, ultra marathons, 50 milers. What's been the difference? One of the main factors in years where I run like crap and in years where I totally rock it out, it's my mental environment. It's mental and physical because I surround myself with other runners. But when I was in the height of my running, in my early 40s, 41, 42, and people say, oh, you're too old to start running, you're too old to this, when I was in the height of my ultra marathons, running 50 milers, running 80 miles a week, doing endurance runs out there for 8 hours with no water and backpacks that weigh 20 pounds to carry your stuff in. Every single book I was reading and listening to was on how other ultra marathoners, other endurance runners did their magic, did their thing. So when you're reading a book by Scott Jurek and he talks about getting his second wind at 90 miles and you're running 10 miles, that 90 miles sticks in your mind, that second wind, with these Rich Roll, there's some amazing books out there, authors out there of these endurance runners. I read every single one of them that year, and that was my mental environment. So I was programming myself to say, if they can do it, I can do it. And that year I actually ran a 52 miler, ran a double marathon, 7 ultra marathons that year. I was on fire. So that was my mental environment. Now let's talk about your mental work environment. So when I do the best in work, when I do the best in business, it's work. It's not really work. It's my passion. It's my business. When I have the best numbers, the best performance, the best conversions, the best whatever, it comes when my mental environment is in top shape. When my mental environment is me listening to business podcasts, listening to business books, listening to other people that are successful. It makes me successful. That's my mental environment. And there's some books that I love that I'll reread. I'll read once a year. Think and Grow Rich is one of those books that everybody should be reading bits and pieces of it every single year. There's such a profound stuff in there. The Power of Thinking Big by Dr. Schwartz. Amazing, amazing book. I love to read that every 3 years. It's such a simple book, easy to read, but so relatable and so understandable. So these are the things that I do to keep my mental environment tip-top shape. Plus, I'm part of mastermind groups or coaching programs, so I'm around people physically as well that are top performers. So if you're a restaurant owner and you're barely making it with one restaurant, one location, and you surround yourself with 4 or 5 people that have 3, 4, 5, 6 locations, 7 locations, and they're booming, guess what? Their knowledge rubs off on you, their inspiration, their energy, their motivation rubs off on you, and no longer do you think about one failing restaurant, you think about opening more restaurants, you think about improving your restaurant. So your environment is key. We all know that we are the sum of our 5 closest peers. We all know that. That's a very well-known, profound statement. That you just sum up. What's your net worth? What are you making in your job? And you surround yourself by people like that. So why not environment up, like stepping up, practicing up. If you're an athlete, why not play with older? If you're a high school athlete, elementary athlete, why not play with older kids? You play with older kids, you'll get better. Why not run with better runners? If you run, that's what I did. I ran with better runners. I was training with somebody in my peak year, my early 40s. I was training with somebody who broke the record for the Badwater double, 96 hours for 270 miles, Death Valley to Mount McKinley and back. He did that twice. That's why it's called the Badwater double. All right, there and back. So I was training with him. Now, when I started training with him, I was nothing like him. Nothing like him. But when you start training with people like that, you will step up. And I've done some crazy ass runs with some individuals that I look back at and man, I'm like, how did I ever do those kind of runs? 7 degrees out, running up a mountain, in the snow with spikes on, 2,000 feet elevation gain, and doing that, not only once doing it, but doing it 3 times, back and forth, doing repeats, because that was my environment. It was not out of the normal. I guarantee you, if I mentioned to some friends, let's do that, that's out of their norm, and all I would get is hesitation. You're crazy. Why? Why would you want to do that? Surround yourself with people that are doers, that are doing it, that can give you the shortcuts, the passion, the motivation. So be careful what you choose to surround yourself with mentally. All right, that's your choice. To some people, the pandemic's the worst thing. To some people, the pandemic's nothing. It's because they've chosen to surround themselves with different information, is what that is. So now take this back to your business, to your entrepreneurial skills. You surround yourself with people that have the skills, that are doing it. You surround yourself with failures, and that's all that's going to come off on you. They're going to tell you why their business failed. They're going to tell you why you can't do it. They're going to tell you, and some of these people have never even done it themselves, but they're experts at telling people that you can't do that that's not possible. Don't fall into that trap. Set up your mental environment to win. On 50 Mistakes, 50mistakes.com, I got a great list of books, entrepreneurial books to read. No matter who you are, what realm of passion or business you're in, there's always other authors that can really inspire you, and they can share their story, inspire you, and bring you up to the next level. And this is the beautiful thing about books, is you can You can know people like, you feel like you know Tony Robbins. You feel like you know Jim Rohn. Because if you read their stuff enough, you can relate to them. All right? So mental and physical, those are the two things you have to work on in your environment. Again, willpower is not it. Environment will win out every single time because it's your only option. Make it your only option. All right, folks, jump over to 50mistakes.com, get some free stuff, sign up for emails, and hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for listening.